In this video, I will share one single most eye-opening lesson for work and stay-at-home moms. Let me first share the recipe and then I will tell you why and who needs this. Listen carefully. If you are a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, you absolutely certainly need to keep up with your to-dos to the T. You need to have your early morning practices. Wake up before everyone else in your family to make breakfast and be ready to welcome everyone with a smile. Keep your house tidy and organized at all times. Have one-on-one with every child throughout the day and invest in their development. You need to invest in yourself physically and mentally as well. Do everything in your power to cook fresh meals. Invest in relationship with your husband. You need to stay connected with your friends and family and restrain yourself from raising your voice or showing frustration and especially hurt. You need to make sure kids are happy at all times and their needs are met, even if it means you skip your lunch. Now, who needs this recipe? Who needs to hear this? If you are that work or stay-at-home mom who wants to completely go cuckoo, lose your nerves, ruin relationships with your kids and your spouse, stop loving yourself despite all you do, and end up unhappy, lonely, and unhealthy, do the following recipe I just described above. It will work without a fail. For anyone else who is interested in keeping your family strong, happy, and healthy, do everything in your power to get help in areas where you need help. And each mom will be different and will need different type of help. Why am I speaking on this subject? Because I am that struggling mom who feels guilty every time I fail to accomplish one or more of what I described above. I feel miserable and I cry while running on my treadmill when I am not the one putting kids to sleep. If I raise my voice that day, I feel shame and guilt. If I don't keep up with fresh meals, which happens a lot, I feel like a failure. When I prioritize myself over others in my family, I feel like all that I do for myself is worthless. I struggle to see what is absolutely must do and what can be put aside. I know that I can't be perfect and should not, and I'm working on it. But even during the process of trying to not be perfect, I feel guilty and ashamed about not being that always cheerful, early bird mom who has it all together. So last month I got rid of about 2 boxes, huge boxes. So it's probably approximately 4 boxes of toys. You gotta do that. Whether you want it or not, you gotta keep decluttering. So today we decided to dig through other boxes here and baskets and try to get rid of more stuff. If you don't do this, start practicing it daily, because when you go over a huge pile of toys, that's a lot more difficult. But daily going through some of the toys, getting rid of some of the toys is a lot easier. This is for little kids, right? We're getting rid of this, Vivian. This and this. Какую мы отдаем грустному мальчику? Which one are we giving away? Оставить дома хочешь все?
Да.
We have 2 fire trucks, we need only one, okay? Какой ты хочешь отдать мальчику, какой ты себе оставишь?
Я бы большую мне оставила.
Ну, не обязательно большая это...
Это. Я хочу сюда.
Да? То есть вот это we're getting rid of this one, да? Отдаем грустному мальчику, да?
Да.
Okay, good. Alright, so this is what we have right now. These 2 baskets, large toys in this basket. The largest basket and smaller toys in this basket. This will ideally be cleared up more on daily basis. Dollhouse items are in this small container. Her clothes, all these little details, little shoes, everything. Any toys that were given away. But this for now goes into the storage and I will just keep adding, and then I will post on Instagram, and whoever wants to come pick it up, they will come and pick it up. So this is what we have in this cabinet now. Vivian's doll accessories and their ice cream container. That's better. That's gonna keep me more sane, at least throughout these days. And now let me show you how we store larger toys, things like these, so that they are not in the living room. This wall over here used to be just a wall. There was nothing in here. Slava went on the other side. We have laundry. So he basically made a hole on the other side of the laundry and checked if it's hollow. It is hollow. He then cut out a doorway, patched up all the walls, put the flooring down, and installed the light. And now we have a nice large storage underneath for their shoes. During colder months, we hang their coats over here, and toys like these ones go in here. This was also built by Slava. So over here we have the railroad. We don't get in here very often. A current puzzle that they play with. In this top drawer, I kept all of her hair accessories, everything you need to make her hair look pretty, basically. And in here, we keep all the books, which I keep decluttering, but somehow we still have a lot of them and there is no way to organize them properly. Some books have to go into Robert's bedroom, some books have to go into Vivian's bedroom. Not very organized, but at least we know what we have. You know, it doesn't feel like it's too much, but it is still very, very, very much too much. I just decluttered, but it still has to be decluttered even more.
This is my first time doing this. I got it, Mama.
This set she got for her birthday. There's the cutting board, knives that are safe for their age, like you can't really cut yourself. It's still sharp, but I mean, it's plastic. Another cutting board over here, this thing over here, and cutouts for fruits and vegetables. Yes, and this peeler, and more knives, larger knives, smaller knives. So a very cool thing. I will try to link it down below in the comments for you guys. Perfect for their age. Okay, going to make my kids this millet kasha. So you have to put it in a boiled milk or water. I will probably divide it into milk and water and cook for 25 to 30 minutes. It should be good. It's super hard finding that middle ground between sanity and common sense and commitment and healthy limits, especially when the previous generation keeps reminding you that they used to not have all these luxurious home gadgets that make our housekeeping so much easier than theirs used to, that they never got help from anyone and had to upkeep an image of a good family and maintain their houses and make meals from scratch. It makes it nearly impossible sharing daily hardships with older generation, because this is what you will hear back, that you actually have it easy and you have nothing to complain about. And there is truth to that, but this isn't what you need to hear when you are going through turbulent times. Story time?
Yes.
This is my most favorite book. We went to Ukraine years ago and I saw this huge book and I was like, I'm taking this to USA, because this is exactly the original pictures that I grew up with. They do have the same stories, the same books that they print, but the pictures are different. I was so thrilled when I came across this. This is the pictures that I grew up on. I mean, you know what this means when you come across something that is from your childhood. So obviously, I keep reading these stories to my kids and they're the best. I love it.
Хотите помидор съесть? Они сказали, да. И все, они
Прыгнули. А рыбка уплыла. Не поймали они рыбку. И что потом с котятами произошло? 3 мокрых котенка пошли домой. По дороге они обсохли и стали как были. Какими они стали, Робочка? Какими цветом они стали?
вот такие.
Расскажи, какие это цвета.
Черный.
Угу.
Какой? Серый. Белый.
Правильно. Вот такая вот история. Нравится тебе про котенка?
Да.
Hey, who wants a water slide?
Me!
Do you want a water slide?
No.
No? You don't want a water slide? Each generation has their own part of suffering. You obviously can't compare those who went through concentration camps and war and those who can't decide what they want to be in life. But isn't this the whole point? That these two incomparable examples are both filled with loneliness, pain, hopelessness, and irony. Poor lost young people who can't find their purpose in life due to such a wide variety of choices and this crazy rhythm of life soaked with calls for some head-spinning success that everyone should necessarily achieve by their 30s. Each generation had societal pressure, and our today's good times are not an exception. The more choices we have, the more lost we get. And the amount of opportunities we have today had never been present to people before. How do we stay true to our human purpose in this chaotic world today? Are these the good times? Were the old times good, or is good still coming? I think good is in every time period. But being grounded and slower to live in your life is the only way to see it.